Quad stretch, back to wall, PNF and isometric. Tight hips? Give this a try. The back to wall quad stretch, also known as the couch stretch, is one of the best flexibility drills for improving hip extension. A lot of people have tight quads because they spend most of their day sitting down. Tight quads affect hip extension, which is important for squatting, deadlifting, lunges, step-ups, posterior pelvic tilt, our PPT, walking, running and more. This is where stretching the quads is beneficial. To perform the quad stretch, you'll need a wall and a soft surface to place your knee on. You might not be ready to start on the wall if you have super tight quads. If this is the case, you will need to place the foot on a small elevation, gradually increasing the elevation over time and working towards the shin-to-wall position. Start by placing your knee in the corner of the wall and the soft surface. The length of your shin should be flat against the wall. The opposite foot is placed flat on the floor in front of the body with roughly a 90-degree bend in the knee. The next step is critical. Start with your hands on the floor. Extend the hips and set a posterior pelvic tilt, PPT. Focus on contracting the glute of the rear leg and tucking your tailbone under as you push the hips forward. Do not arch the lower back. Failing to extend the hips and set PPT will result in a poor quad stretch position. So take your time to get this right. From here, move your hands to rest on the front knee and gradually raise the torso. Depending on how tight your quads are, you may or may not be able to straighten your arms. As you bring the torso up, maintain the rear glute contraction and do not arch the lower back. A common mistake here is to allow the hips to move to one side. This takes pressure off the quads, which is not what we want. Aim to keep your hips aligned with the heel of the rear foot. Keep the rear glute contracted to perform the isometric and maintain the PPT as you push through the front leg to gradually move back towards the wall. You must keep the hips extended as you close the angle between the calf and the hamstring of the rear leg. As the quads start to lengthen, you'll be able to move further and further back into the stretch. Can you touch your butt to the heel of your foot? Hold the isometric between 30 seconds to 2 minutes on each side. To perform the PNF stretch, the setup is exactly the same. Once you're in the quad stretch position, the goal is to perform several contract and relax cycles. Start by contracting the quad of the rear leg and pushing the knee down into the floor. At the same time, imagine you're trying to drag the knee forward as if pulling the knee towards your chest. Hold the contraction for 10 seconds. Then relax the rear leg and try to move deeper into the quad stretch. Keep the rear glute contracted and maintain the PPT as you push through the front leg to gradually move back towards the wall and feel the stretch in the quads. Hold this position for 10 seconds. Repeat the contract and relax sequence for 3 rounds, then switch to the opposite leg. Give it a try and see how you go. If you've got questions, please leave them in the comments. If you found this video helpful, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel.